my god, this little guy right here is just one of my favorite things that I have ever drawn in my life. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Chan Chan. Yes, I will keep referring to it as the Chan Chan until I come up with something better. But I'm actually really excited for today's video, and I wanted to share my art journey with you. So, for those of you who don't know, I started this channel to kind of push myself to make more art. Art has been something I've been doing since I was a little kid, and I just have always been drawn towards art. But as the years have come, I've just noticed that I've stopped drawing. I stopped doing the one thing I genuinely love. And so one of the steps I want to make towards this year, even though we are halfway in the year, is I wanted to start drawing more and drawing for myself and doing the things I couldn't before. And I want to start this video off by going through my art as someone who hasn't been consistently doing art for years. I want to see my growth and how I started out before I then pick a project and make some goals for myself. But yeah, I'm really excited for this video, and I'm dragging you guys along with me. And for reference, this is how many sketchbooks I have. It's not, I would say it's not that many. It honestly could have been worse if I drawn consistently, but yeah, so let's get through these. Disclaimer, they're not going to be good. Even my current recent art is also not going to be good, so I warn you in advance. Okay, so I'm on the floor right now, and we're gonna do some sketchbook tours. It's not gonna be too in-depth just because obviously there's so much art that I've drawn over the years, but I am gonna do snippets of kind of my favorite pieces or the most pieces I've grown from ever since I started drawing. So in this first sketchbook, yes, I know, it's not even a sketchbook, it's actually a binder where I just kept all of my pieces that I couldn't put anywhere else, and I just want to show you something. This is a wolf I drew in 2017. I used to always be obsessed with wolves, and yes, I'm still very into Twilight, but I used to be obsessed with wolves and I'd always constantly draw them. Anyways, on to the next sketchbook. This is where things skyrocket because this is my first official sketchbook I've had for myself. It's not from an art class. This is middle school, which I think is crazy. It says 2020, but this started from when I was a lot younger. I just never finished the sketchbook, so it's kind of a mix from middle school to high school, right? And so I want to show you some pieces. This one, my hands are already better. You can see that, but there's just a lot of overall improvement, and you can tell that I really was trying. This is an example of when I started to get into anatomy. At the same time that I was doing traditional art, I really got into digital as well because I got my hands on a digital software. And so my anatomy will definitely progress a lot. You will see. Still into wolves, by the way. Yes, I love Twilight. Anyways, these are just some profiles. Decided to draw animals because they're easier than humans. Yikes. Just a lot of fan art. Snakes! Snakes! Look at these! Look at these amazing bad boys. Oh my god. They are so beautiful. You can see that I started locking in because my anatomy really gets better and I really start pushing myself in this sketchbook, and I just did more fan art and more fan art and more fan art. This sketchbook really did take my art to the next level. And from this one goes my came this sketchbook was my AP drawing sketchbook. From AP drawing came, pretty sure it was this sketchbook. This is my 2021 sketchbook, which was at the same time that I took AP drawing, and there are a lot of good stuff on here, I cannot deny. This is when I also started taking art very seriously. But hold on, I'll show you some of my favorite pieces. I got into gesture drawings, but I also got into storyboarding, which I think this was the first time I ever storyboarded. As you can tell, I was very into Genshin back then. Did some more little silly drawings. And then I actually locked in and I started drawing Fraser and Bennett. Then I really started practicing on hands, and then I started just drawing more portraits, and then I really got into anatomy again at this point, and I started practicing more anatomy. Gets a little bit stale at this point because I did lose steam, but I think just seeing how much I've drawn, it just shows how much practice I've had. From this sketchbook comes this one, my second to most recent, because this is from 2022 to 2025 actually. You could tell that my anatomy skills got better, and still into Genshin, I'm afraid. Still into Genshin. And then I started playing Hades. I did a lot more studies. This is when I started drawing these little guys for some reason. It's just a thing that helps to break down the body, and I just loved drawing them. You can do so many poses with these guys. And yeah, I just kind of kept practicing with these. Oh, hey, I drew Arlecchino. And then I had more drawings here, and more drawings, and more anatomy. Oh my god, this little guy right here is just one of my favorite things that I have ever drawn in my life. It's a penguin. But yeah, you can see that my line work definitely did get better. I have a lot of stuff in here. This is from 2023. Still into Genshin because I'm drawing All Hate Them, if you can't tell. And then I still really like these gesture drawings, so I did continue them. More drawings. More drawings. I don't know. You can just see the art style get so much better and so much cooler. And you can see what characters I was into back then. Like this is Child. And I just never stopped drawing him for some reason. Oh, there he is again. And we have some sharks. And then we have more sharks. And then I started drawing more. Oh my god, what is this? This is a horse? You can tell I just had so much fun sketching in this. More Genshin characters. I think that's Cloud Strife. And then I got into Farina. And more drawing. And more drawing. What? I guess that's from a manga I read? Oh, that is from a manga I read. Yeah, and then oh my god, this is my Child page. I told y'all I was obsessed with Child at one point. Wow, I don't even remember drawing these. It's been so long since I've drawn Ajax. Oh my goodness. And then this is Persona. So, yeah, if you haven't played Persona 5, it's really good. I recommend. And then I drew more stuff. Wow, these are straight vibes. I love these. These are, wow, I don't remember this being so good. Oh, these are from 2025. This is from last year. I was gonna do, unfortunately, it didn't work out, but I was literally going to do a Beauty and the Beast AU with Ajax being the Beast, Child from Genshin, but it didn't work out. I did some more drawings. This is actually one of my favorite ones to date. This was the first realistic portrait I tried to do because I noticed that I was struggling a lot with the facial proportions, and I knew that doing realism would help to break down those shapes. I don't think I did it since then. And then this is when I got into chapter 4, Poppy's Playtime with the Doctor. I thought it was so cool. I was going to do a full portrait of him, a full render drawing, never got to it. But it's so cool to see the amount of work that I've done. And this is my friend that he has really good hair, and I really like drawing him. He's kind of my muse sometimes when I have no motivation to draw. But he had facial hair at one point, and I just couldn't draw the facial hair. But yeah, those are all my sketchbooks from 2025 to now, I guess, honestly. So that's this, 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 and this. And this is my new sketchbook. This is the one that I'm currently using, and it's from 2025. So from August 2025 to this year is when I've been using it, and I filled up about 5 pages of this. So today we're going to be working on finally drawing a rendered piece. Okay, so for this rendered piece, I wanted to draw something that I am currently obsessed with, and right now I'm currently obsessed with this one character. His name is Selwyn Kane, and he's from the Legendborn book series. And I wanted to depict this specific part of the book where he corners the main character with a hell fox. And I didn't know how to draw a hell fox, so I did this technique called photo bashing where you take and trace over multiple reference photos to combine something new. And then I started working on the body. I'm switching a lot between two different poses because I wasn't sure which pose I exactly wanted to do, so I'm working both of them at the same time until I fit one that like really gives the vibe that I want. I did really struggle. I don't know if it was because my canvas resolution was whack, but I struggled so much with the face in an insane amount that I really am thinking about just practicing a bunch of portrait references, but more of realism so I really understand how like facial proportions work because I never want to go through that again. And so for this painting, I wanted to kind of show how not serious he was, but how much magic he was using because he created the hell fox out of his own magic. It's called ether, his own ether. And so I really wanted to display that it's an unliving creature. So I had the ribs sticking out, and then he's very edgy. So I wanted to portray his character in clothing that is very, it's just black. He wears a lot of black in the book. And I don't know exactly like what he'd wear. So I just came up with this graphic long t-shirt and cargo pants. I gave him his tattoos, but I didn't think I wanted to show his skin because I didn't want to draw the tattoos, but I gave him some rooms. You know, he's very edgy. And then eventually, once I got down the line art, sketch line art, I started doing the coloring, but I really struggle on coloring. It's something I really have to start practicing, and it's probably the reason why I stopped doing rendered pieces in the beginning. But it was just a really fun experience to try doing it again without too much pressure of it has to look good. Doing the background was actually really fun too because I used to do backgrounds, but then obviously I don't have the skills to do super detailed backgrounds, but that doesn't mean that I can't try. And so then I started actually painting down the flat colors and then the shadows, and then I started messing with the lighting because I wanted his magic to really show, and I wanted the hell fox to look very toxic, very, oh yeah, this thing came from hell itself. And I just had a lot of fun messing with it. Obviously, a lot more could have been done, but I'm actually really proud of how it turned out. I know it's not the best and I have a lot to work on, but I'm proud to have even done it in the first place.